course we will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your head, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
It wasn't even his print, and he still confessed.
Another body, and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
When exactly did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Guy gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war.
No way. Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round.
Meaning all my charms, he says, solid, he says. Is that the language of love?
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Muller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sake.
And he always maintained he was set up.
Any Central Unit, 459 suspects to be taken into custody at the trolley station on Lucas Avenue. Stand by for further.
He says Jackson, he says, and my name's Marie. He says Jackson, he says, shoot the snoot to me. He says Jackson, he says, is that the language of love? He says, when he likes my hat. He says, what the heck is that? He says, woo woo. He says, is that the language of love? He says, hep hep with helium now.
Watch it, will ya?
He says we're in the groove and the groove is good watching. Sounds like his opera's don't fit. He says murder. Every time he kisses, he says murder. He says keep it up like this and that murder. He says in that impossible cold will bring on nobody's but his own.
You, an ounce of prevention saves many an emergency. Check to make sure your home has a first aid kit for safety.
Any Central Unit, 459 suspects to be taken into custody at the trolley station on Lucas Avenue. Stand by for further.
This is Car 11 King. Go ahead with further.
11 King, 2459 suspects sighted in the vicinity of the trolley station on Lucas Avenue between Court and Colton.
For that anytime, the thirst of a king can be quenched for just a nickel. With Cola King.
You should have iced those folks. You leave no witnesses, you stay out of the
I'm
Pope.
not riding all the way to Santa Ana and then on to Cincinnati with you pissing in my
But
ear.
I'm tired of always being on the lam.
I don't have a choice. A stick-up charge is still a stick-up charge, and I ain't going back inside.
You're both coming with me. Don't do anything stupid.
Hit him, Cole! Spit him out! Phelps, you gotta get me closer! Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road!
Give it up, LAPD! Car 11K calling KGPL. Code 4 at the Lucas Avenue trolley station. 459 suspects are in custody.
Roger, 11K. All units, code 4 on the 459 suspects at the Lucas Avenue trolley station.
Easy!
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner. Advice?
All right, we're rolling. Out to the rail depot. cop who solved the big case.
Inks film and floats it away. No toothpaste or powder fights tooth decay like Dental Clean. No matter how many toothpastes you've tried, change to Dental Clean. If you're using the same toothpaste you used 2 years ago, you're missing the new brightness and the natural brilliance of your smile when it's Dental Clean. Dental Clean toothpaste or powder. Don't delay. Ask the druggist for Dental Clean today. This is KTI, a member of the American Century Broadcasting System. Ladies, how often does this happen in your kitchen?
Gosh, Mom, pancakes. That smells awful good.
Yes, fresh pancakes made with Mullingar flour. Mullingar makes it so easy. Just add milk, toast, and the delicious pancakes are ready after a few minutes on the griddle. In fact, Mullingar flour can be used for breakfast, lunch, and supper. For meals that are satisfying, good eating, and make your mouth water, use Mullingar flour, milled by the same family for generations. Mullingar flour was the first to use steel rollers to process grain into the high-quality flour moms love.
We're out of Mullingar.
You can cheer up, son.
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Blair County address.
The address is bogus. Herb is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letters. The Dahlia letters are genuine. The man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Mullen.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify. KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
God damn it! I said cough it up! I'm not gonna say it again. That's it, old man. I've had enough of your gibberish.
Give it up, LAPD!
Hurry! You can still catch him. Be careful! He looks dangerous!
I heard he's not a stop.
Can you drive to this one?
iRadio, a service of the...
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the range.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it. Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
Nice day for it.
What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Want to leave me alone so I can get some work done? Go play in front of the trains.
Nice day for it.
Someone was trying to get her to come home.
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's going to be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her. This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
We can talk about it later, Phelps.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your details?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now. Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks for your help.
Nice day for it.
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
Not much hope.
There's more work to do here, Phelps. Leave me be.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine. Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop! Don't hit him. You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
Did you take any money?
Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
You found the body?
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead.
I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine...
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
Sure, Rusty.
Help me out.
I say we try the liquor store next. I could get a short dog for the car. Read that those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah, I read about that.
Those people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. You spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
I'm at a
Check
loss.
through her belongings, Phelps. You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. Well, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store, that was never going to work out, was it?
We'll take a look around. I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Rawlings. I know that place, corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
She wasn't always such a loner. Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
What now?
Question the owner. He must know something.
What do you think's wrong with him, Doctor?
I don't know. I give him a thorough examination.
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit? To pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
What would you suggest we do, Doctor?
Well, we might as well operate. What have we got to lose?
Yeah, just me, that's all, that's all. Now, Charlie, don't you worry. He won't cut very deep.
It doesn't make any difference how thin you slice it, it's still McCarthy.
My dear girl.
All my operations are serious. Now, don't you think you'd better boil the instrument?
Oh, let's fry him for a change.
Oh, pardon me. What are you doing, Doctor? I am about to operate. Oh, how jolly. May I cut in? Oh, yeah, sure. Yes, please do. Grab a scalpel.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it, but she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
I got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. And to be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
The finest in radio entertainment is on KGR.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers? What is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
I want to emphasize at the outset of these hearings that the fact
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
You want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
You say you barely knew Evelyn?
Yes, that is correct.
I don't like you, McCaffrey. You look like someone who's trying too hard, like your whole life is some kind of performance. I think you need to give us something to get us out of your life.
I don't like you either, you pompous, stiff-necked patrician. You think I don't see through you and all the other minions of the ruling class?
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No, I was at home, writing.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Car 11K, Car 11K, come in. Car 11K, Car 11K, KGPL.
11 King.
A message from Captain Donnelly, return to Central, Code 2.
11 King, enter out. Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
You can drive.
It makes short work of dirt and
Mouthpiece first stripped off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
Hey, I gave his wife a tap. I said all fair in love and war.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence. Two peanuts are walking down the street.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
What the hell?
That broad has socks in it, Brazier.
This is no time to talk, Detective. Far too much to do.
You're kidding. I could save all year enough.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address from McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
Parker or Green? I don't know who'd be worse.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Hey, you think those Vice boys...
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thank you.
Mouthpiece was stripped off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Where's the phone? You think talking's cheap? Try hiring a lawyer.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence. I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made it if you got that desk.
We don't need this?
That's the guy from the papers. Solved that big case.
Hey, I gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war.
I think his name is Phelps. He brought in that case of that poor lady killed near City Hall.
I think he's a bit of a gangster, but he treats me nice.
I don't know who these were. That broad has socks in it this year.
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
Shit. I could save a whole year and not be able to afford that.
If you want a full report, you have to let me work.
Two peanuts are walking down the street. One was assaulted.
Someone ought to take him home. He's loaded.
What the hell? Isn't he the cop who won a medal and is solving all the cases?
Hey, I gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to 45. I want to stop him with one round.
Let me pose a question. Depends. What's it got to do with? Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away? Depends. On what? On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
Available at your favorite movie theater.
Bobby Sox, baby. I've got to let you go. Bobby Sox, baby. I've got to. You've got a head full of nothing but stage, screen, and radio. Chase all the grass every night. You write fan mail through the day. You keep your busy getting scrapbook. Yeah, then you load up your book away. Bobby Sox, baby. I've got to let you go. You've got a head full of nothing but stage, screen, and radio. Now you treat me like a stranger. You don't have a word to say. I asked you if you love me. You said, what would Frankie say? Yes, Bobby Sox. I've got to let you go. You've got a head full of nothing but stage, screen, and radio.
Another musical favorite, brought to you by Bullseye brand cigarettes. Hex Williams.
other night, old Dame Fortune was doing me right. The king and queen, they just kept...
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
This is business, Lawrence. You got a guy who works here by the name of Tiernan?
Sure we do. He's a pin setter. Clears the jams, works the gutters. Go right in. He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back. He's a nice boy.
Thanks, man. Let's go get him.
I think Gregory Peck's my perfect.
What's the special of it?
Tiernan! LAPD! There!
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close. Another runner. At least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to land it.
You know, your theories are not tight by any means.
Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves himself trouble.
Hit him, Cole! Spit him out! Keep it on the road, goddammit!
Whoa, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
It's all right, as long as he doesn't kill us, I'm okay with it. Ah, god damn it, the train up ahead! Watch out, Cole! Joyride is over, kid.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer!
Don't catch that train. That's the end of that. About fucking time.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Any ideas?
Call me a red basher, but I think we should look in on that fellow traveler from the bar. That McCaffrey guy.
Well, guess the boys will have to go back to Penny Abbey. KPI is a number of the American Century Broadcasting Network.
Saw that big thing.
Oh, Susie, you are so bad.
You're behind the wheel.
That price is outrageous.
Provide you with a front row seat to America's favorite stats and the...
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
Enjoy America's...
Now C4 stripped off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
You know the way. You can drive.
McCaffrey is in apartment 6. Doesn't look like anybody's home.
Terrible shame. Means there's nobody to let us in. You want to do the honors, Phelps?
Seems irrelevant. Don't think this is anything.
From the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene. Nope. He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have to work.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation, at least.
Not sure this means much.
I've told you where he might be. That's the best I can do.
That's the guy from the papers. Solved that big case. If you think talk is cheap, try hiring a lawyer.
McCaffrey!
Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk. I'll go get our wheels. Up and throw away the key. You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight. Give it up, LAPD.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. At least it wasn't that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young Phelps.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
He ran the light on Olympic. We finally collared him in the temple.
That's a cop from the newspaper.
You trying to take me down?
Goddamn captain's making me resubmit the paperwork.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Has anyone seen my pen? No.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
Don't go around. Were you there? No way. Nope. Isn't there anything else you can do? Is this a picture of your car? No entiendo. You need me to sign some papers or something? Where's the phone? That's right. You see my mother? No way! Well, are there any leads?
You should let me go now. I've done nothing wrong.
Can you give me a coffee?
How come this is so hard to believe? A man and a woman getting along, liking each other just as friends.
Were you at home last Saturday? No.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute, but, you know, I'm not so sure.
Can you bring me the file? Afraid not. Can you identify the man in this picture?
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
Can you take these places off? Okay.
You're lying, Tiernan. You'd been fighting with her. You fought, and...
I'm not lying! She got up and left, that was it!
Is the captain in? You were smoking a cigarette in the other room? You worked at midnight, correct?
She left, but she came back. She bought you a quart of whiskey to make it up to you. She told the liquor store owner. You're in deep trouble, buddy.
She said she loved me. She wanted to care for me. But she would never stop talking about McCaffrey. McCaffrey was a writer, McCaffrey was a hero, McCaffrey cared for the little guy.
Did you kill her, Tiernan?
I might as well have. I kicked her out. She had nowhere to go.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
Well, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Has anyone seen my pen?
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
We got a stakeout down on 2nd later tonight.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us. Haven't you got parking tickets to hand out?
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
How about half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter?
What are you talking about?
After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you.
I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did. Try exercising your powers of deduction on that.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
Tiernan is prepared to testify that you threatened Evelyn's life in his presence.
Self-preservation. That's understandable. Okay, I'll level with you. Tiernan killed Evelyn. He came to me for help. I listened to him, and he explained why he did it.
Tiernan went to you for help. You expect me to buy that?
That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Speak to Tiernan. He'll give it up. You guys got somewhere you need to be? You're ruining the ambiance.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
You'll have to do better than that, Grosvenor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush, and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me.
We know that you thought enough of her to loan out your copy of the Metaphysics.
I what? I did no such thing. That bitch stole that book from my apartment. The impudent fucking moron.
And that made you angry?
Angry? I was livid. Looking up at me with that stupid face of hers, begging me to forgive her. Aha. Very good. That's one to you, detective.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
Guy was willing to write his own mother after I sweated him. Son, you're a couple of shingles short of a full.
You spoken to McCaffrey? I can go? It's all been cleared up?
Not quite. We have one more question we need to ask, James. Then I think we will be done.
Sure. Go ahead.
So Evelyn passed out, and you walked out. What happened next?
I woke up in the morning. Very hungover. I thought Evelyn would have come back.
Where's the phone? Is this a picture of your car? That's correct.
I know you're lying, James. You went out looking for her. Tell me what really happened.
I don't know what you're talking about. How can you say I wasn't in that hotel room?
Are there matters without beauty in this city anymore?
You wound up at McCaffrey's. You were still incredibly drunk. You passed out on his floor. It's time to tell me what really happened.
McCaffrey woke me up the next morning, and he showed me the lug wrench and the letter and the box, and he said I came in with him last night. He said that I killed Evelyn, and that it was all over the radio, and that he would protect me. And I don't know, detective, for the life of me, I can't remember a goddamn thing. And I was angry with her. Really angry. I could have done it. Was it me?
Wait here.
Hey, there's such a thing as soap, you know?
We bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
You didn't know about the insurance company I told you.
We got a stakeout down on Second.
Lay that pistol down.
In there and find
I'm
the
stumped.
goddamn evidence.
Ideas?
We've done the legwork. Let's get back to Central and roll one of these sons of bitches.
Guy was willing to write his own mother after I sweated him.
Well, you don't see that every day.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in a prison graveyard.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Then we rally with the first and try for the Namboots.
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Namboots and enfilade. Mate, we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant! Get back off this fucking bridge! They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions. We only have minutes. I'm in charge here, Sergeant. Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moot. You have 10 men left. My orders are to save what's left.